guys, it's Nicole Elizabeth. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. Obviously, you came here for a story time, so I'm here with Yasmin. We were with two other girls named Megan and Carol, so if you watch the vlog, the blonde one and the brown hair. Yeah, so we're just going to talk about our story time, because we had it wasn't just like the concert, we didn't just go just because, it was like a whole experience. Like, even like the day before, like we were just doing stuff constantly. We're just gonna start off with that Friday. We were gonna go hotel stalking.
But it was like a month before that we had talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about it
like a while ago.
Yeah, and we didn't think we actually were. And then somehow
we were in a car, like, at night.
We had to go to Universal to pick up Carol's pass because she didn't have a pass yet. We had another friend who was with us. Her name was Haldora, and she wasn't going with us, but she needed to get a Universal pass too. So we all went to Universal. So we drove with my sister.
We were supposed to go to Disney first.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Disney, but we didn't.
So we were like, whatever, let's just go get the pass.
Yeah, let's just get the pass. So
we went in separate cars.
We went in separate cars, so that's like really important to like the story at the end. So it was me, my sister Haldora in one car, and her, Carol, her little brother and her mom in the other car. So we went to Universal, got our tickets and everything like that, and then I got a DM from a Fifth Harmony update account. And I had been tweeting them for like 2 months straight, being like, hey, help me meet them and blah blah blah. And so then I got a DM saying, do you want to be an insider? And I'll probably put a clip of it wherever I can, somewhere here. So I obviously replied and was like, yes, OMG. So they told us three.
We were freaking out.
So they told us 3 possible hotels that couldn't be staying at.
Wait, should we say it yet? No.
Not yet. So it was the Hard Rock, the JW Marriott, and the Ritz-Carlton.
Yes, that.
Yeah. So they told us those hotels, and we're not going to say the actual name of the hotel they were staying at because they are coming back, and I don't want to sabotage ourselves.
We were right into the Hard Rock.
We were at basically the entrance of the Hard Rock, so we're just like, hey, we're gonna go check the Hard Rock. We'll tell you if they're there or not. They were like, okay, cool, thanks. So we straight up
walked in. And then like, no.
Oh, wait, I should add right now. She had parked at the Hard Rock. We had parked at City Walk on the garage thing because my sister thought you had to pay to park at Hard Rock.
Yeah, so we parked there and they parked there, but we walked there together, but our cars weren't there.
Aren't at the same place. So, we went into Hard Rock by this little side entrance thing.
We started looking at everything.
We were walking around trying to find any signs.
Then we like sat down and we were like, okay guys, we got this, we're gonna like investigate.
We did hardcore investigating. We were watching Dinah's live stream.
Yeah, we were watching Dinah's live stream, and then we realized that she wasn't even in like Florida.
Yeah, she wasn't in Florida, so it was not really worth it. And then we were like, Normani's at Disney, none of them have been here yet. Lauren is at Universal, so we were just kind of taking all these things.
So we were like, we gotta do this fast because they're gonna go back to the hotel soon.
Yeah, we had maybe literally like T-minus hour 30 minutes to figure this whole thing out. And so somehow Carol found a picture of Lauren. Yeah, we'll insert it if we can hopefully find it again. And so somehow some fan had met her at their hotel. So we were observing the background.
So we looked at all the 3 hotels that the woman, whatever the heck,
the person
sent us, and we were like debating. We were like, it's like
maybe
it's okay.
Yeah.
Then we were like, let's look outside the Hard Rock. So it looked really similar.
Very similar.
So we were like, what? It could be here. So we were like debating. But like no one was there. Like
we were even considering going to Disney to go find Normani there, and then like kind of follow her to the hotel. But we didn't end up doing that. Luckily, we almost drove all the way to iDrive to the JW Marriott. Luckily, we didn't because they were not staying there. The reason it was a possibility was because Shawn Mendes apparently stood there once. We looked at the background details of this picture, and
we were like, okay, let's think.
What is the same?
So like, let's just research. You know, like they're not gonna stay far away. They're not gonna be too far. They're not gonna be too close. They're not gonna be in a main hotel. So we were like, let's just look into this, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and Nicole says, oh, maybe it's blank hotel.
That's because I sent the photo of the Lauren selfie to the account, and they said maybe it is this hotel.
Hotel A.
Hotel A. So they were like, maybe it is Hotel A. So luckily we were right around where this Hotel A was, but it was still we had
to drive.
Yeah. So we came up with the super smart idea that they were gonna get picked up by her mom, and then my sister didn't want to leave her car. So we went and walked through City Walk to get her car.
Yeah, but we like stood there for a good 5 minutes. Like, should we go? Should we not?
So we went to get the car, and we got lost in the parking lot, like hardcore lost.
And we didn't know though.
Like, they didn't know that we were lost. So we got hardcore lost. Like, it took maybe 15 minutes. if we had
more than 15 minutes.
Yeah. So
as like 9:30.
Yeah. As we are looking for the car still, we were at the wrong side of the parking lot. We were still looking for the car when we got a call. She had already left. So you want to tell your part of the story?
Okay, so like after we left the Hard Rock, we actually stood there for like 10 minutes after Nicole had left because they still had to walk a long way. So we stood there for like 10 minutes, and then when we got there, we were like, okay, let's go. While we were in the car, I was like, Carol, if there's no one here, like there's not like many people here, whatever. Like let's just leave. We can try like another time. Whatever. So we were driving, and then we just stopped at an entrance, and then we pulled up the picture, and we were like, this is it, like this is the hotel. So we walked in, we saw Allie standing there, and we went over and talked to her. She was with like a bodyguard or whatever, I don't even know. Yeah. And then after we met Allie, I saw Taylor Hereggi, which is Lauren's sister.
And as we actually,
I didn't call her yet. Yeah. Like, after I saw Taylor and I couldn't see Lauren, so I was like, she's probably gonna come, whatever. So we go behind like this wall thing so that they couldn't see us because we were freaking out. And then when I go to look back, I see Normani just standing there, and so then I was like, I'm gonna call Nicole or whatever. And you were like saying that you were still in the parking lot, and then after I saw Normani, Lauren's family walked in and we met all of them or whatever. So then I walked out of the hotel, I called Nicole, and she still wasn't like...
When you called me, we were in the middle of the parking lot. We were parked all the way on the other side because Haldor was like, we're over here. So we got the call.
Like 20 minutes later. Yeah, like we were there for like 20 minutes.
Time, yeah. So this is when I turned to my center, I'm like, put the emergency like beeping thing on. So we press the emergency beeping thing. We find a car and it's going beep, 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 like insane. So I run for my life. Literally, like I've never run any faster. And we found the car, and right as we're driving out of the car, we were on the street, maybe right down where Hotel A was.
Yeah, I called her and I was like, okay, I'll check again because I already left. I already said bye to them. Yeah. Lauren had already went upstairs. Normani went upstairs. Allie went upstairs. All of them had went upstairs, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna check again. So when I went in there, Lauren's family was standing in the talking in the lobby or whatever. But I couldn't seem to find Lauren, so I was like, you know, whatever, they're not here. And so I started to, I think, like, I looked like a crazy person because I was walking up and down the hallway. So I was like, I'm going to casually go in the line of the hotel so they don't think, like, I'm some stalker just, like, standing here. And so I asked, I asked a question for the hotel and trying to, like, procrastinate, trying to, like, get...
What time? The breakfast at. That's what she asked.
Because like I was trying to procrastinate, and while I was meeting them, I was asking the dumbest questions to them so that I could like stall and like make them stay more. So I was asking the dumb question. I was like, did you go to Universal today? Like all these dumb questions. And at this time I kept asking that because I thought Nicole's gonna walk in while like I was in the middle of it. No. I don't know. But then after like we left, we checked like a good 2 times back, and it was just their families in the hotel, and the last time we checked, no one was really there.
Yeah. So as that is happening, we still did not make it to the hotel. We were on the other side because my sister does not know how to do directions, even though the phone had a picture of exactly where to go. She turned the complete opposite way and then turned on the wrong street again, and then the other wrong street, and we ended up on the other side, basically closer to where my house is. So like we were really far. We ended up driving into Hotel A anyways, but the parking cost money, so we couldn't even, there was no point. So yeah, that, I ended up like, I was like sobbing. I was like so mad at myself, like can you just like,
hey, but if you watch the other vlog, we made it to Barricade.
But yeah, the next day we did get Barricade, so
which is so lit.
In the morning, we all had a routine of every single one of us basically a schedule. We woke up at like 5:30. We both took showers, but didn't wear hair. Did all of this like in a step, and I left my house by 6:55 to go get my friend by walking to her house and then walking to her house. We live in the same neighborhood, so it was like chill. It was down the street. But yeah, so this was all at 6 a.m. Yeah, so we had to wait for Carol, who is a little bit late. We ended up leaving about 20 minutes late, but it didn't even matter. So we got to Universal like what time? Maybe
like 7:30.
7:30, yeah. So the part
through like this entrance that we had figured out the day before.
Yeah, it was like a weird like side entrance thing. So we didn't have to go through City Walk, luckily. But
When we got there was actually people there.
Like, there was people there before us. There was only 2 groups of girls. Yeah. It was 2 girls on the other side and then a group of like 5
Then people started getting here like after us.
Yeah, after us.
But they weren't in front of us.
They weren't in front of us.
We were the first one in like section.
If you've been to Universal or Disney or anything, there's different ticketing things.
Yeah.
So we were first in line for one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once it was smack dab 9 o'clock, they let us in.
Not even. No, Megan's ticket expired.
Oh my god, yeah. So we had a lot of issues. We realized that Megan's ticket was expired
30 minutes
before
the park opened, and then we found out that they're opening the park early. So we were like, oh my god.
It was like a race of time. She ended up making it, obviously, but
no, she got there right when they were like, okay, guys, we're gonna open the gates.
Yeah. And so not even that. Carol had just gotten her ticket the night before, and her fingerprint didn't work for some reason.
So we were standing there.
We had already gotten into, like, I hit my leg really hard on that little revolving. We had already ran into the queue. We were first in the queue.
First, like, people in there.
Yeah.
And so when we realized, and they're not there.
Where's Megan and Carol? They did not show up for like a good 10 minutes.
Yeah,
we could not find them. Like, and poor people who were behind them for the concert, they were probably really delayed too. Like, they could not get in. I just realized that. But yeah, somehow she managed to get through. The queue kind of chilled out. I mean,
we all had our hours that we were like breaking down. Like, my hour was hour 1. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah, like at first it started out, everyone was like really, really close to the barricade, and then we chilled out, everyone sat down, we spread out, because we're like, we're going to be here till 4. So, that wasn't even when the concert got. That's just when we get out of the queue. So, Megan and Carol showed up, luckily, and we were fine. So we waited there from literally like 9 till
8:40 something.
8:40 something till 5.
4:30.
They were like, yeah, it was.
But we were standing up from like 3 to 4:30, literally
pressed on the barricade.
You
can see videos of it in my vlog. I might include a clip right here.
I don't know. Want to get better. Carol.
We were like pressed there, but luckily, I mean, we weren't occupied for most of it.
My bag was hanging over. My bag was hanging over the side of the thing.
I was holding my bag up in the air.
It was so heavy, and we couldn't move. And oh my god.
But luckily, we weren't. The reason it was so crammed was because the sound check was happening right then.
Fifth Harmony was on the stage.
So Fifth Harmony was on the stage. They sang All in My Head and stuff, and we didn't know they were gonna be there. We were like, they're not gonna come. They're just doing musical sound checks. But they actually showed up. And they were on the stage. That's why everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Everyone was freaking out.
I don't get why, because you're not gonna get.
Yeah, you're not gonna get anywhere. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, we were all kind of pressed there. But
people were almost passing out.
Yeah, I think it was because people knew that the barricade was gonna open, and they're like, "Oh, I don't care if I waited here an hour less than you." Like I'm gonna get to that barricade. Luckily, we were at the barricade. But
the thing is, we didn't know. We were at like this thing, and we didn't know what side they were gonna open on. We were on like this side, and the guy kept like teasing us.
He was like, "Oh, we're gonna open on the other side." They ended up opening it on our side,
right where we were, which is
so luckily. They were like, "If you run, you won't go to the concert." So we were like, "Okay." I didn't care, and I kind of squeezed around the little barricade, and I speed walked. There was only 2 girls ahead of me, and I was like, "I'm fine," because no matter what.
When I got there was like no one.
Yeah.
The whole barricade was open.
Yeah. So I ended up running after like maybe 2 feet. I started running and I threw myself onto the barricade.
And then we were just like,
we all got barricade, and I started screaming, like hardcore screaming, and then people started piling up. They said to get to the barricade and sit but we didn't do that. So it was so hard to like adjust to sit on the floor because we were gonna be there from maybe 4:30 till 8. The concert started at 8. So
8:30.
Literally 8:30, yeah. So we were all crammed. It was super hot. Nothing was happening. Nothing was happening on stage. No opening acts.
I have a picture of me sitting. I'll put it here. It was literally because I was sitting. I took a picture. All you can see is the legs.
Yeah, I have a picture of me sitting to being a meme. It's the thumbnail of the vlog. No, but for some reason we had to go to the bathroom like 3 times.
No, but
it wasn't.
I think people thought we were the same people because we had the same outfit on.
They probably thought we were the same person.
And they kept getting pissed.
They were so mad.
Pissed at us,
but no, we were a group of 4 people, so it was not the same person going back and forth to the bathroom. If you're watching this, it was so worth it. 15 hours in line, but it was so worth it. If you're wondering what concert this was at Universal Studios in Orlando. It was the Mardi Gras thing.
727.
It was a part of the 727 tour.
So we actually got like merch.
They had like a specific assurance at Orlando, Florida, and like 2 other dates, but it was freaking awesome. But yeah, that is all. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to give it a like and subscribe because I post videos more commonly now, more than once a week, but every week. She has a Musical.ly with Carol who went to the concert. If you want to go follow it, if you do Musical.ly, I don't really know. What else? Hey, if you went to the concert, comment down below if you were annoyed by me. I'd like to know.
We were the red shirts.
We were the red shirts and the hollow skirts.
With like the sunglasses.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for making it to the end. I'm going to Playlist Live in Orlando. She is too, so if you're going, hit us up on like our social medias. We need a group of friends to go. Give it a like, subscribe, blah blah blah, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye!